Okay, so recently we've been covering Filian and her hiatus, and it seems like a lot of people have many different ideas on exactly where she is and what she is doing. Now, again, it is one of these things where I think people are taking theories a little bit too far, at least personally, right? And of course, there's been many different kind of explanations, including obviously some saying that she's pregnant or that she got deported or that she's in legal trouble or whatever. There are so many, the list goes on and on and on and on. And it seems like recently there's been a lot of people coming up with their own theories on the kind of subreddit and stuff, right? People posting things like this saying, another day of trying to figure out what happened to the Filipino furry. And obviously here is a comment section, I think this is over on Instagram, of many people that have been kind of giving their own ideas, which I think is quite funny. And it goes to show how like kind of diverse the kind of different theories are, right? I guess you could say. It's one of these things where so many people have so many different ideas up in their heads that like everybody just answers with a different thing. People say, copyright claims, she's gone. There's a YouTube link of a glitched out static of a farewell speech, at least for an Easter egg hunt that takes months to solve. I saw on Twitter she got deported. She got pregnant by Beetle. That's crazy. Most likely, right? Saying the avatar she uses isn't hers, so she doesn't own the rights to that avatar. So she'll be back when she can get a strike. When she can strike a deal to use another avatar, or when she can gain the rights to make her own avatar. Right? I think it's crazy, right? And many people have their own ideas. Obviously, again, I don't think any of these ones are actually true. I'm gonna be honest. Obviously, some of them are like kind of factual. For example, like the Easter egg hunt that's been going on. Obviously it's an ARG. It didn't really work out the way that people wanted to, right? But obviously, yeah, many people for some reason think it's like a copyright claim on a model. And I think this person, and I think, this is the kind of thing that's happened, especially with the Filian drama getting so widespread and so like mainstream, right? It's a lot of people don't understand how VTuber models work and things and stuff like that. Saying, like when she can gain the rights to make her own avatar, she can get, she has the right to make her own avatar at any point in time, right? There is no kind of, wait to do that. She could do that. Sure, maybe there could be some contest over her, current model, whatever. Sure, but it doesn't stop her from making a new one, right? She can 100% make a new one anytime she wanted and use it and have the full rights to it as long as she paid for it and paid for those rights, right? So again, that is one thing that people misunderstand. She's not waiting for any kind of rights to be, handed over to her or whatever. She should be able to and be ready to go once the actual model is finished, if she is having a new model debut, which is the very common thing that people are kind of expecting, right? And me personally, I just think she's gone on a break, right? Just a break, just to kind of take a break, right? I think there's nothing more than that. I don't think she's gone to like go in, be pregnant or go get deported or whatever like that. I just don't think that's the case. I just think she's just been away, right? Some people need a break sometimes. People have been posting up posters as well, saying Filian and Maria Flipova, saying age 25, height 5', saying I hope I'm not too late in joining on this trend. I just wanted to preference that I'm not a part of this community. I just made this for fun and because of what I've been seeing on YouTube. I would also like to clarify, do not call the phone numbers below. While the emergency hotline is a real national emergency number in the Philippines, the community contact number is a fake made up number made as an Easter egg. So yeah, don't call those numbers apparently. I don't know why you put those there anyways. But essentially, yeah, some people, and it goes to show how many people have been actually kind of commenting on this, because they said like they're not even a part of the community and that they've been making this kind of stuff, right? That's how kind of widespread this situation has gotten now, and how many kind of people have seen it. And obviously that's due to a lot of YouTube videos on it, whether it's my YouTube videos, whether it's some other ones as well that have been kind of documenting what has gone on so far. I feel like a lot of people have been kind of tuning in to what is going on, even though they're not a Filian fan, or maybe they're not a VTuber fan, maybe they're not an anything fan, right? They've just been kind of tuning in because it is interesting, right? It is very interesting, and there is a lot of I guess cool little facts and stuff that people want to know about, including a lot of the graffiti stuff and more, right? Saying I only see her in my memories. I wasn't worried until Mari EL said that she messaged her and never heard back, which obviously Camila said that as well. But it seems like she has been in contact with some people, at least from what I've seen. But hey, we don't know. But one of the big posts I kind of wanted to cover as well is people talking about this, saying, wait, is this for real or is this just clickbait? And essentially it has a oh no, is this YouTube short? No, this is an Instagram reel, I think. It's an Instagram reel. And of course they say, you know, for some reason they're watching a Miyabi you know, Instagram reel, and it says Filian pregnancy announcement in the search term there. Now essentially you know, they're saying, is this real or is this just clickbait? People don't add this. This is added in by like AI algorithms, and it happens on TikTok. I don't know about YouTube Shorts, but it happens on TikTok, and I'm guessing it happens on Reels now as well. And essentially it is commonly searched up stuff that people do, and it enters the kind of search bar at the top, right? TikTok has it whenever you open up the comments, it'll be at the top of the comment section of like some of the like most asked questions, right? And you can click on it and it will search videos on that question, right? And I have zero clue why it's picked up Filian pregnancy announcement from the comments on this post. But of course, that's just to kind of give you some context. It is just like an AI like thing, like a little bot that is just you know, kind of trying to find trending search terms for people to search and to look up at. So again, the creator themselves hasn't added this from what I'm aware of. It is just Instagram doing it on their own because it is a trending topic, right? People say, where did you get this Miyabi video? So where did you get this on a Miyabi video? It said, only Ethereal could be concerned about seeing a Miyabi. Saying, nah, have you seen her fans in universe? So obviously, yeah, I'm saying, pretty sure those are AI generated search prompts. I think nothing of it, which obviously, yeah, is true. There's nothing of it. Saying she'll be back after 9 months with her new model, being called her child. Hell, maybe be in chibi form first, which obviously, I don't know. But people saying Miyabi, saying it's real, she's having my kid, which is insane. So obviously some people making jokes about it. And again, there's been many jokes about Filian being pregnant and whatever. Again, I don't think it's true. I just couldn't see it. I just don't think that it would be a thing. But maybe, you never know. Maybe if it lasts for a little bit longer. But I feel like I don't know. I don't think she would make anything like crazy like this happen. And I mean, she was like kind of flipping around before, right? I mean, it has been 6 months, but you know, she was kind of flipping around the stream before she like left, right? Which is something that obviously a pregnant woman would not be doing if they were like that, right? So again, I don't know, you know, if that's the case, because of course you need to take even longer off, more than just 6 months off, right? Some people think, like, for example, like, oh, you know, she's going to take 9 months off and she's going to come back and whatever, like after having a kid or whatever. But that's just not how it works, right? You don't just like have the baby and then it's like, all right, back to streaming, right? You know, you got to kind of look after it for a bit. And of course, you know, obviously it depends on, you know, certain situations, whether, you know, dad or mum wants to take it on more, whatever. But I do think there is definitely a period of time, at least from the beginning, that lasts way longer than 9 months, that some people maybe don't understand. So again, obviously that's why people don't really kind of, you know, I don't, that's why I don't really believe this kind of theory that people have that has been going around, right? Because of course it would be way longer, you know, of her time being off. Obviously some people making memes about it as well, in terms of the One Piece. They got a BBC version of One Piece. That's great. I didn't even know they had it on the on that. What the hell? Saying evidence, obviously saying it came to me in a delusion. I'm stealing that sentence, already stole it. So yeah, obviously a lot of people are just kind of making stuff up as well in their heads, which I think, you know, sometimes is fine as long as it's always just a joke, right? I think as long as you don't go too far with it and try to actually, you know, I guess convince yourself and convince everybody else that it's real. I think it's okay, right? But of course, it seems like currently it is just jokes. There's been like cases of people going a little bit too far, but again, I think that is just a you know, hopefully it's just a minority of people, and it can just stay as jokes. Because again, I think sometimes it does get a bit weird when you go too much into someone's personal life, especially over a break like this. But obviously, as I said, hopefully Filian does come back soon. Just kind of want to share a lot of the kind of comments that people have been putting up recently with a lot of these posts and a lot of these comments and everything like that. But yeah, that's about look up for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. So, see ya.